Acton Women's Club has been a source of pride in Acton for more than 100 years. It is a club that has a mission to provide and protect philanthropic works of the women who are raising children and to be a big part of the community to bring humanity around the world. Culture Nepal was formed with a similar mission in its work through the preservation of Nepali culture. On November 9th, a remarkable collaboration happened with two of those amazing organizations to be together and learn about each other. CNS Group and Culture Nepal was very much honored and happy to conduct a presentation of Nepali culture and honor its member Mary for her birthday. Thank you, Women's Club, for all your good and hard work. We appreciate you for all your support. Please enjoy the presentation if you could not attend and get inspired by Mary and all the members of the club to be the goddesses you always wanted to be.
I'm sorry I have to sit down because I had a car accident last year.
That's okay.
And I did not.
We're with you.
Thank you. And I did not vertigo, so I kind of feel dizzy once in a while. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to be sitting down, and if that's okay with you, please. So anyway, well, good afternoon. You all look so wonderful. And thank you so much for being here today and giving us this opportunity to talk about Nepali culture and Culture Nepal and CNS Group that the organization, non-profit work that we do. Today I have my soul sister, I call soul sister. We're not blood related, but we're from the same country and same culture, and so we met here, but instantly clicked with each other. Sunita and Sarala, and then I call him sometimes my godson, even if he doesn't like it. He has been through things of producing Culture Nepal, and without him, I wouldn't be here talking about it. So this is Pat Snow, and he's with ActonTV, probably most of you, some of you know already. And thank you. And so let's get this brief introduction first. So Pat, do you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first. Is the sound okay in here?
No.
As Aruna said, I'm Pat Snow. I work at ActonTV. I've worked there for 5 or 6 years, and when I first met Aruna, it was like my first kind of real full-time-ish job where I would come in every day. And Aruna started out as a volunteer who I just met because she was interested in learning how to use cameras and editing equipment. And we were coming up with ideas for shows, and she really wanted to do something related to her home country of Nepal and its culture and people and all of those things. And so I started helping her produce the show, really, because it was all her work, and found that not only had I met this awesome person who was producing a really cool show about something I'd never seen before, but I also gained a really close new friend. And we have been producing it together ever since. She is like lightning fast with learning new technologies and equipment, so cameras and editing. So between the two of us, she does like most of the work, and then I help out a little bit in getting it out there. And the first year that we produced her show, we said, well, why not? Let's encourage her to submit. We'll just submit it for an Alliance for Community Media, which is the National Cable Awards for Public Access. And she's actually, on her first time being submitted, was the first, non-staff producing member to win first place in the National Awards for Cultural Nepal. And I think that she's done, I mean, I've always been fascinated by Nepal as a country, partly because it was something that I never really knew about as far as, countries that I grew up hearing about and places in the world. It was never one that had a whole lot of prominence, and so it's been such a gift and a joy to be able to learn about that and to just know Aruna as a wonderful, good friend. So I'm going to be going back and forth because there's a video I'm going to show, and I'm going to zoom in on some of the stuff with the camera. And I believe I'm putting this over to Sunita next. So everybody, this is Sunita. If you can stand.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sunita. As you know, I'm originally from Nepal. I came here since 2009 with my husband after he get the job in UMass Lowell. And I also joined the UMass College for a master. I graduated from there, but after that, I took so long break with my kids. I have twin boys and two girls. While I raising my kids, that time I feel like, oh my God, we are here in America, and my kids has to balance the both of the culture, and as we miss our parents here, as we learn so many cultural values, morals from our grandparents and our parents. And when I think about like, oh my God, our kids, as they learn from the school so many things, but like in home, like from the like grandparents, what they taught for us, the moral education, the humanity, the kindness, everything, which is very much essential for their life, even though they have the good education. So we are feeling like that, and at the meanwhile, I met Aruna. She was here for preserving our culture, who wants to teach us, the adults as well as the kids, for the our Nepali culture, which we learned from our parents. Now we think like if there is a community like who can teach or share some of our cultural things, so it will be very grateful for our kids, even though we miss our parents and our community in Nepal. We used to celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day, and other cultures too. So in this way, our kids also used to learn our culture, and we want to preserve our culture. The main thing is like our main emphasis is like kids also learn the moral things, the respect and the humanity, like they can build by preserving our culture. That is the main thing. I think this is all for today. We are very pleased to be here, to be with you all and meeting you. And thank you, Barry, for inviting us. It's our pleasure to be with you all. So thank you. I'm like giving my mic to Sarala to introduce herself. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I feel so honored to be here today celebrating Mari's birthday. So this is Sarala, originally from Nepal. I'm working with Aruna since a few years back, and I feel so feeling like I'm dressing up like in my real cultural dress today. So I feel so proud, so beautiful. So I feel amazed. It's all because we met Marie and then we are celebrating her birthday today. Thank you, Marie, for inviting us and Culture in Nepal. And yeah, so let me introduce myself. Like, I'm Sarala, originally from Nepal. I'm working as a part-time in one human rights office. Where I work with different kind of disabled persons, where I can show my kindness and humanity to them, and where I'm from. And then now I'm raising my family here. I have 2 kids. I'm living with my husband, and I live in Westford, Mass. And it's been like how many years? Like 12, 13 years now. So while I'm raising my kids, I feel like something is missing here. Everything is here. It's a land of opportunity. Everything is here. Still, we feel something is missing. So what is that? That's how I feel like, oh, we are missing our family background, our culture, and everything. So that's how we met Aruna and say, let's build something so we can feel like it's home, right? So we feel like let's build something so everybody can join us, whoever wants, from our country, and then we can preserve our culture and show them to our kids like where we belong and what we can learn from us. So we are connected with the culture of Nepal, with Aruna, and we're making some videos, celebrating our cultural festivals and everything with them. So now I feel like, oh, this is the time, like why not we celebrate her special birthday, like which is 90 years is not a joke, right? So it's not a joke for us. Like looking at her, she looks so young, so energetic, so beautiful. So it's when I met her, like I feel like, oh my God, she's really inspiring person. And then I thought, like, let me be a part of it. And then we just decided, she invited us, and we decided let's celebrate her birthday special way. So that's how we figured out, oh, let's do something new for her and new for some people, you all to see something different, right? So that's how we coming here, and this is our cultural things, like how we celebrate the birthdays, and yeah, it's all about like culture in Nepal. Either you like or not, but we love it. So yeah, thank you so much for being here today and listening to us and respecting our cultures and everything. Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Only because I live in Nashua, New Hampshire, Meadowview Estates. I don't know if ever you've heard of it, but there are a tremendous amount of Indians that live in my neighborhood. And I especially had a couple that lived next door to me with two cute little children. And last year at Christmas, and I want to ask this because Christmas is coming up again,
Yes.
I wanted to get the two little children a gift from Santa Claus. And then I hesitated, and I thought, oh, you know, and when they were getting ready to move in the spring, I explained this to him, and I said, I didn't want to offend you. And he said, oh, no. He said, you know, we believe in Christmas, too. And I said, oh, I didn't know you were Christian. He said, well, we're Hindu. But he said, I went to Catholic school for 12 years. So
Yes.
it's really confusing to me. I mean, are you Christian? Are you?
Very good question. So we have some agenda about what we're going to be talking about, because there's a lot to cover in an hour, and we don't even have an hour anymore. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so you got the introduction, and I'll just introduce briefly about myself, just to narrate. And then I'm going to talk about Culture Nepal and the Culture Nepal production that I have, with Pat's help, we have created like a 7 minutes of excerpts from the show. But there is, all the programs are in ActonTV YouTube channel on demand. And you can always contact me, and we'll talk about how to do that. But I'm always available to, give the information or whatever I can do. So we'll do that later, and then we'll have a question answer, and then things we'll do later. So let me begin with my brief introduction. Again, I'm originally from Nepal, where I was born and raised for generations. I grew up in a family where girls were not allowed to go beyond their compound of their house. My father was very, very strict father. I didn't like it before, but now I look back, it was more for protection, because men were providing and protecting the family, and they took it very seriously. But my mom, to make long story short, my mom rebelled against it, and then she wanted to be a modern woman with the freedom, and then put me in a school, and then she said, that's enough for you to go to school. But then I flew to America without her really desire of me to going out of the country. So I came in America with the opportunity to share culture, Nepali culture, believe it or not. I think it's my destiny. Because I was actually a student of science and technology, and I always wanted to only study science because I wanted to know how things work, why things work, and I was nothing interested in social science or culture, any of those parts.
But I got the opportunity to share the culture here in summer camp, but then one thing led to another. I studied engineering, and then I'm here in Acton since 1998. Actually because of the job, and that's a long story that I don't want to get it today, but then, I've been living in 1998 in Acton and had a son. I quit my job, took care of him, and learned a tremendous lesson of life to realize that there is a need to educate and entertain Nepali culture in our community where I live. So that's where in 2016 I started this journey of producing Culture Nepal in ActonTV, where I met Pat, and since then it's been just upward, work. And we just actually, I was producing Culture Nepal, then Authentic Nepali, and during COVID, which is devastating to all of us, I started Searching Peace and Meditation series, where we talk about meditation, and which we're actually practicing CNS sadhana, started to practice recently with our group. And then recently we also added a new segment, which is CNS Kids, which is Culture Nepal Kids. And I do have excerpts of that program, and again, if you want to see more, it's on demand in YouTube, and I would be happy to give you all the information that you need later on. But for now, if you can watch the excerpts, you could probably see what I am talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This will not be too loud or too soft.
Okay.
Traditional Nepal is a place where women and children are respected and cared for. It is a country where women are worshipped as goddesses of wisdom, power, and wealth.
समग्रमा सनातन भनेपछि पञ्चतत्त्वको उत्पत्ति भएदेखि अग्निको, जलको, आकाशको, पृथ्वीको र वायुको उत्पत्ति भएदेखि आजसम्म चलिआएको व्यवस्थालाई सनातन भनिन्छ। लगभग 2500 वर्ष अगाडिसम्म चाहिँ धर्म र पाप भन्ने मात्र शब्द थियो। समन्वयवादी सिद्धान्तमा सनातनीहरू अगाडि बढ्छन् भने
to see as it is or as you to see as they are, mentally and physically. You will know your own existence. Breathing is the most active part of the body. Since we were born,
Right.
first we start with the breathing.
Right.
My practice, my experience, merely explaining, you will not understand by yourself. So that means you yourself should experience to see the reality of your mind and body.
Maza is a very pretty and unique name as well. Did you feel comfortable with your name?
For the longest time I didn't, and it's such a shame because my grandma named me. So Himaja is another name for goddess Parvati, and for people who don't know, Parvati she lives in the Himalayas, and I love my name.
Tell us about Parvati, because everybody thought that Hindu religion had discrimination against women, whereas I never felt that way. I always felt that women are well respected, they have their place, but they were powerful, well respected, and I was very comfortable in my gender. How about you? Like, how do you feel as a woman in that culture?
When I look at Hinduism, you have these incredible goddesses, them championing change in many ways. Durga, who's like this fierce warrior avatar of Parvati, going out and really ridding the world of evil. That to me also just taught me a lot about woman empowerment and how, women should be empowered, and I think that's something I've absolutely loved about it.
First of all, the people, you see, agreeable, nice, you see, friendly. Honest also, like speaking about honesty, this was 1972. So my wife forgot her glasses on arrival in the airport, forgot the glasses in the taxi. Half an hour later, taxi came back, you forgot this.
Yes.
And I went down the Kanti Path or so, and by chance dropped the 500 rupees notes. That was $100 at the time. By chance dropped it from my pocket. An old woman sitting there selling cigarettes. Tobacco paisa.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, she could just have kept quiet, you see, and took the Yeah, $100 like that.
Right.
But she told me.
Right.
And the best story was actually, I read in the newspaper, some Indian person came to buy gold, you see, for his daughter's marriage.
Yes.
And in the taxi, he forgot the paper bag with all the gold.
Oh, wow.
Again, half an hour later, the taxi driver came back, he forgot this here.
Right.
And this man was so shocked.
Yes.
I always say he had his second heart attack on that day.
I definitely was raised to believe in honesty and truth, and I mean, you know, it was a human-oriented society. Human were the focus, and when I think of human rights and humanity,
struggling to live in Nepal in various ways, but also feeling grateful to the Nepali government for hosting them. So it's a complicated relationship. Suddenly I had all these friends, and it was just incredible. My colleagues were incredible, the work was incredible, and Nepal is the most fascinating place. just the number of languages and cultures and issues and trying to get your head around the politics. You could never fully, as an outsider, I think, never fully understand Nepal.
I have to be very creative. This is called Creative Kitchen of Aruna.
Okay, so we need to
For the
flatten it
situation.
out. Like,
Not for me.
we're giving him one
Sometimes
of these.
we can just flatten like
Yeah.
this. This is the time, you know, you can take out all your energy. I don't think it doesn't matter.
That made a difference.
We will just do this.
How thin?
It's gonna be very hand-carved
Yes.
momo.
You just palm it. That's
Yes,
what palms are
palm
for.
it. Yeah, palm it.
How thin should it be?
It
How do I
should
know
be-
when it's thin enough?
Okay, so this is the thin. Okay, another thing is I have an idea. We can do this too. Here,
Oh, rip off a piece?
rip off a piece.
Oh, and then we
This
kind
is
of
much
mold
better,
it.
I think. Don't you think so?
Oh, that works perfectly.
In the US, but also come from the same roots as us from Nepal. And we want to, first of all, teach them new things that we know about our cultures to be able to pass it on. And second, just like we said before, to be able to teach the rest of the world
Yeah. Yeah.
a little bit more about ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, and then make it such a great diverse community, which America is all about, and so proud to be part of this process of melting pot.
November or October, and
So you guys do not know why we celebrate it and what is it significant? No problem. That's something we need to teach you guys next time. But you're having fun, right? Is it fun?
meeting with family and being together.
Happy Dasai!
Thank you, happy Dasai.
Welcome to CNS Kids.
Do you like Dasai? What do you like about Dasai?
टिक्का लाउने अनि खुसा खुसा गर्ने
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. So as you can see that we have a lot to talk about and lot to see and lot to do. I just want to remind you that you know, this is a well believed thing that, you know, sometimes 50 million years ago, the collision between Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates collided, and the seabed was pushed up to create this Himalayan region, the highest mountain in the world. And that's where the Nepali Sanatani culture started, from there and then. Our ancestor has been there for billions of years. So there's so much wisdom to learn from. And the question that you asked, which is like, do you celebrate Christmas and stuff? That is the key thing. That's a really, really good question, and I'm so glad you asked me today, because when somebody think about religion, I probably heard in the beginning of the excerpts, when we call Sanatani, it's not really a religion. It's more like finding the truth it's almost like a science, but I don't want to say science because it's beyond science actually. Science is a tool to understand the world, but there's more above the science that Sanatani philosophy starts. So Hindu is just the name given in general from people who went there to explore it. So it's very misled information. So anybody, I don't know how it had changed because I've lived here 30 years, but when I was growing up, somebody asked me, what is your religion? I have no answer to that. That's a really difficult question because we don't think in that term. Religion is just like a one sect of a belief system. But what we believe is the truth, finding the truth, seeking the truth, and then those truth, like the second time that monk was saying, is it's your truth. Like what I feel and what I believe and what I experience is not exactly, they're similar. We can talk about it and we can relate to it, but not exactly your truth and my truth. And we have to experience it. So that's the festivals that we culturally practices, and that we have not got the opportunity to really study and understand in deep level because of the outside influence of politics and culture is suffering right now, because we really don't have time and resources to focus on to understand that wisdom that was given to us from generation to generation, and now everything seems to be superstition. People just interpret as a superstition, or it's misinterpreted, and so that is in danger right now. So I'm really happy that I'm here today and be able to talk about it, and we are all in it together. Like I said, we're not an expert on culture or history or any of those things. This is just because we grew up in the culture and society, and we understand its value for humanity, kindness, and collaborations. That's the key to any culture, I believe, that we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve this kindness, togetherness. We don't want war. We want peace. We want celebrations, So that's what I'm trying to portray, is like there is a misunderstanding in translation and communication in between. So hopefully experiencing this a little bit and having these conversations and producing this show kind of creates this connection between us, so that we all are together in this humanity and making the world a better place. And with that note, I would like Sunita to invite a little ceremony for Mary, because it's really, really honor in our culture. Birth is a very, very important thing, and even more so because we believe in energy never loses. We have the energy in our life, and we have reincarnation and life after death. Being 90-year-old is almost like being a goddess in my culture. So we will just try to give you the glimpse of how we celebrate birthday in a Nepali way, especially for the goddess like Mary. And then we'll do the celebration, and we'll have a little taste of tea and a sweet that we specially made for the occasion. And for that, I would like to invite Sunita to do that. Sunita, come on.
Thank you, Aruna. And we are so proud to be here to celebrate Mary's birthday today, which is 19th birthday. And I want to welcome Mary's here in our culture in Nepal. Traditionally, being the 84 and above is the big ceremony we celebrated for the birthday. Like for the young people, like we used to celebrate birthday, but we will do some puja. We go to the temple and do some kind of religious thing.
So actually, there is a model in our belief system that there is a Ashtachiranjeevi. We call it Ashtachiranjeevi. There's 8 models who never dies. So we worship as a symbol of giving her life forever. So that's the worship. So we get the blessing from those 8. We call Ashta. Ashta means 8. Chiranjeevi means live forever. So we worship that, and then with that connection that we try to think that she's going to live forever.
Like my grandparents, like my husband's grandmother, grandmother-in-law, right? Yeah, I was there in her 84th birthday, and it was really a great ceremony. That, like, I feel like my grandmother is here now. Like, thank you, Mary, for letting us know. And today we want to do some of the things which we do in our Nepal.
In Nepal, it's actually very, very elaborated. So this is just a little touch of glimpse. So in Nepal, this is like all-day event. You invite priests, you like so much. But for now, it's just
as Aruna, she told, like, we feel like this birthday, the 90th birthday, we feel like she is like goddesses, like in the form of goddesses, and we respect so much, like what we want to inspire from her. So many good things she has done until now. First we are doing the light, the things we put on the light. You can't do it today because we should not make the fire here, I think.
Can we light the thing? No? The flame, yes. Oh, okay. So technically in our culture, lighting the light that is so. Can you show the audience? So those are the lights that we're supposed to light, and that means the light is a symbol of life. So we always try to turn it on. So this is actually made out of cotton and the oil. So everything is very organic, and everything has a meaning in terms of health related. We just get too deep, and sometimes we don't understand everything, but it's already practiced well. So Mary was supposed to light, but since we cannot light that, we call it dio. It's not a candle, it's made of cotton and the oil, so we call dio. So she was supposed to light those 2 candles, but since we cannot do that, we can go to next step. So what is the next step, Sunita?
So this is the tika. This is the thing.
So that's called tika, and that's also a symbol of good luck. And it is usually we have the red vermin. I don't know the red powder that comes in the nature, but she used a food color today, and we mix with the rice, with the water and that color rice, and that's supposed to be putting in our forehead. And as you know, we have there's a lot of information again. The forehead in this one is our chakra. There's 7 chakras in our body that makes us healthy, and this chakra is called Agya chakra, which helps you to see inside of ourselves and give us a wisdom. And so that is very important. So we put that tika in a forehead if Mary is comfortable with that. What is that?
Thank you so much.
And is that okay?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, she is a
Trooper. She is adventurous. I like that. So so she's gonna put, usually like the priest or somebody good wishers, like we wish her very, very well. So all the good wishers will put tika on her. So you can just, and wishing her good health and a long life again and healthy happiness. So that's the idea. And you can. So,
I use food color. Do you do it?
yes. Yes. Yeah, you were just the goddess. We serve you. You just enjoy the pamper.
Now, is that permanent? Yeah.
No. That's permanent? No, that's not. So we all, we all are supposed to be taking that. So everybody, the guests, everybody, usually they all get the tika also. It's like a celebration and good luck. Yeah. So yeah, so we all get the, and then anybody want to, she can do it later. But you know, just this is for the demo. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
How about the symbol that you have now? Is that?
this one is not a permanent, it's like a sticker.
So every day you.
Yes, so technically this is a protection of Agya Chakra, but sometimes people make it fancy, you know, like then the business gets into the, and the, you know, so fun gets into the system. So sometimes this is a really fun, as well as the deeper meaning is again the Agya Chakra that you want to protect, because you don't want people to go through the Agya Chakra. That has the path to your wisdom and everything. And then yeah, there's a lot. Next time. Oh, you look so beautiful. Small, just the man, from Nepal, something Nepal, and then Kanti was. So we're supposed to do the light, but we cannot. So we're just gonna do this, and then dhugna parla. So then we all bow to her, and you have to give us a blessing like this. Yes, thank you.
I'm going to come in front here.
So we all, technically all the guests go and bow to her and then give her a gift or whatever you want. Like so she's technically a goddess, and if she's happy and give us a blessing, that will come true. So that's what we believe.
Like we have one occasion, like that is the one of the great festival in Nepal that we call it Dasai. That time we goes to the senior person and we will put tika and we take a lot of blessing. So every year we do that one. Right?
So I think there was one in excerpts, Dasai. Remember that kids were talking about tika and everything. That's a celebration. That's a main, like a Christmas. That's a Nepali, you can call it Nepali Christmas. So what that has is a sentiment that you always go and honor the person above, like who is senior than you, and get the blessing from them for the whole year. And so you are not invited. It's like you have to go. It's your like a duty or obligations to respect that, and that's a symbol of respect. So there's a lot of respect for senior people. Parents are considered like a god and teacher and very high respect. Teachers has a very high respect. So there's a lot of respect that we were taught. And so in the beginning, even calling somebody by first name is not very respectful in my culture. So, so I had a very hard time, addressing somebody with the first name only. So but the respect is not about just acting out, it's from your heart. So I have to learn a lot in American culture how to respect each other. So that's the challenge we have. We have one way of respecting people, and the kids here, they don't understand, and they do nothing. And then they were respectful, but we would not feel that they were respectful, So the cultural knowledge and experiences and exchanges is important. That's what I felt, and I'm very, very privileged and happy to be able to bring this today and share with you all. And thank you so much for opening and being here. And we're so honored. Thank you so much. And with that, so another practice that we wanna show you just a glimpse of it is not only the birthday. Every day is a birthday for us. We always value our life as a human being, especially because human being has the ability to think what is wrong and what is right. And what we believe is liberation of pain from this life and worldly pain is by being a human being, and you have the opportunity to kind of distinguish good and bad and be a good person and that we remember that we are human beings. This is an opportunity for us to liberate ourselves from pain. So we actually practice meditation in the morning and both night. So you must have heard yoga, it's supposed to be yoga, but it's considered yoga nowadays. It's become very fashionable. But with that yoga concept, there is a concept of liberating yourself from pain through our human life. And so we do yoga for the exercise, like body, to exercise our body. And then not only body, our mind is kind of, makes us puzzle sometimes. All kind of thoughts come in, good and bad and everything. So we do chanting, Om chanting, to clean our mind and exercise our mind so that we stay both healthy bodily as well as mind. So with that note, I'm gonna have Sarala come and let us practice like for 5 minutes. And if you don't feel comfortable, please watch us in silence. There's nothing that you don't need to do if you don't feel comfortable, but we just want to kind of thought that will give you a glimpse. And by the way, we have also started, we ourselves is actually learning because we were away from our own home and culture. So we are actually trying to make ourselves healthy, especially with the corona and everything. And we're like, oh my God, the world is ending. So I felt that need of searching spirituality in my life. So we have started CNS sadhana. If anybody's interested, we are kind of trying to build ourselves first and then open it to the public later in future. So stay tuned for that. But we just want to kind of give you a glimpse of how we meditate for 5 minutes or like a couple of minutes, whatever we do. And Sarala is going to demonstrate that.
Thank you, Aruna. So this is another year, brand new year for Mary. So we ask God for her healthy life and happy life and long-lasting life. For that, we pray 5 minutes for her and for our wellness. So for that, what we do every morning, and especially for your birthday, you have to ask God, please God, give me some strength, give me some kindness, give me some humanity to this, so I can give this to the world, right? So that's why we pray. This is not a cultural thing, nothing. It's just about you, how pure you are, how good you are, how good you can be. So that's the prayer we do for our birthdays and every morning. Like, please God, give me that power, give me that strength so I can be a better person and I can give that to the world. So let's start. I don't know much, but I will show you what I know and we can practice together. How about that? Great. For that, we have to what I do, I take off my shoes. I sit like crisscross my legs like this. Legs like this, but you cannot do it. No, don't worry. I'm just doing the position. I sit like this, and what I do to control your brain, because your brain is all over the world in no second, right? So how we can control that? Just 2 tips, like these 2 fingers. If you do this and sit like this, yeah, and just sit like this, both your hands, like you do like this. You close your eyes, and then you just feel the sensation, whatever comes in your body. You go nowhere. It's all about you. Everything is in your body. You don't have to go nowhere. So just feel the sensation, what you have in your body, from head to toes, like go like slowly. Now I will say like Om chanting for 3 times. If you can feel comfortable, you can say with me. If not, you can just stay in that position and do. Sunita, do you have a cell phone that you can put the timer for us? You got it? Yeah, thank you. But yes, I can put the 5-minute alarm and then we can all do together, okay? Let's do Om chanting. So when we are doing Om, you hold you feel that all the breath, you pronounce that word by your breath, not like your tongue, like Oh. Now you can close your eyes and relax and feel whatever sensation you have. You just feel it. You go nowhere. Your thoughts go everywhere, but you bring it back and just feel your sensation in your body. You have to do nothing, just that. Thank you. So it's done. 5 minutes is just gone. I don't know if you feel it or not, but I feel so much peace inside me. So yeah, this is how it works. Like whenever you feel like not feeling good, not in your own or anything bothering you, you can just do this for 5 minutes and you can see the change yourself. This is gonna give you so much peace and help. Thank you.
I just wanted to add something about Om. Om is actually a sound that has a technique to pronounce, and what it does is it has a vibration, like it actually with the 3 words it made out of. A, and you have to start from your navel, and U from heart, and Ma is from head. So you actually vibrate that sound within your body, Om, like that. So that actually cleans your mind and body, so you stay calm and clear in your mind. There's so much, again, science behind it, and any of you are interested to learn more about it, we can make available. We actually have a teacher in Nepal who has given up his life just practice living this Vedic style of lifestyle, and he knows, like for example, he knows how to, even in a desert, you can generate water within your body and get rid of thirst. Because what Sanatani belief system is, there's a 5 elements: fire, water, air, and earth, and all that 5 elements that our finger has it. And with that fingers and mudras, this, for example, this mudra that we practice is called Gyan Mudra, which is wisdom. It's about mind. So that with that fingers you can balance your life and mind and body and stay healthy. So if any of you are interested in learning more about it, please feel free to contact me, and we'll try our best to bring life and happiness and peace in your life. But this is just the option. There are so many other around the town, whatever you probably already know. Some of you probably know more than I do. So this is just a little practice that we have. So with that, I think we conclude our presentation and talk. We have things on the display for you to kind of see, and if you have any questions, if you don't have time, you want to write down your questions in the notebook. I have brought a notebook. You can write your questions, and if you want contact information, then at some point when we can, I'll try to find what I can for you. So I hope you enjoy our little glimpse of Nepali culture and Culture Nepal group, and thank you so much for this opportunity. We're very honored and supported. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Thank you. So we actually made this special sweet, Nepali sweet for Mary's birthday celebration. Also made some chai tea as a sample. There's one with sugar and without sugar. So you just a little sample for you to kind of enjoy. And you probably ate the potato salad that we brought, and I do have a program coming up in ActonTV about potato salad, because these kids, the CAS kids, they competed to make a potato salad. So there's a little program coming up soon. We are editing it right now. So you will see that on the television if you want a recipe or something like that for the television. So there's so much work to be done, and I really am really privileged to be able to do that, and thank you so much for support. Yeah.
As you can see, mothers and children of the world can do so much to bring humanity, peace, and happiness when we work together to empower each other. Thank you for watching.